Hi and welcome to Mechanical Keyboards Live. I'm your host, skiwithpete. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Steph is cooking in the background, so there's going to be a little bit of hissing noise. But what's going on? Steffi's here. Gert Tractor, or Gert Tarkter, is here. He's also a mod now. Dane Carter's in the house. Nice and Creamy is here, but he can't hear anything. Hopefully you guys can hear stuff. The show is running actually 2 or 3 minutes late. The reason it is running 2 or 3 minutes late is that I couldn't get the audio working, but I finally got it going just now, so here we are. Erlichta is in the house. What's going on? Oh, have to get back to driving. Okay, you drive. Don't watch the stream and drive. Jonathan is here. BN McWirt is here. What's going on? Welcome to the stream, everybody. Lots of news, lots of stuff to get to. Let's start with the easy stuff. This, with the Cooler Master Make It Yours sticker, we have 2 stickers from Hungerworks Studio, one from olkb.com, makers of the Plank and Prionic, and 2, a giant and a small, from oneupkeyboards.com. We also have this metal Hoo-Ah switch puller. Hoo-Ah is a sub-brand of Hollyops, according to the back of this thing. That's also from oneupkeyboards.com. And this is the big part of the prize. This is the One Up Keyboards Gone Nerd 60% limited edition gold. What more can I say about it? I don't know. 60% PCB. This is in the giveaway. It's ROHS. It is a beautiful, beautiful board, and of course it has that awesome limited edition One Up Keyboards logo on the front of it. Go check all of this stuff out in the About section below. You'll find the gleam.io link to this week's giveaway. It's not this week, it's actually this month. Let's get right to the big news. Should I leave it like this for the big news? I guess so, why not? There's 2 pieces of big news. The first piece of big news I'm doing with my tiny little finger. The first piece of big news is that JB has left New York City. JB is out of the Apple. He recently left his job at wherever he was. What would we call that? At a social media company. It's not really social media. At a video service delivery company. Whatever. Because he left it, he is no longer there. He's no longer staying in New York, which also means he's no longer on my couch as often as he was, which, let's be honest, I'm grateful for. But also, because he's not there, he will probably appear less on the stream for the next short while. But point of news number 2. This stream, as you see it, as you know it, is coming to an end, or better said, is about to change dramatically. Here's what's up. Steph, my lovely wife, and I have purchased a property in New York City. So things are going to change. There's going to be a new studio setup coming in the new place. That new studio setup is obviously going to be different than this studio setup. So this metal desk may well be a thing of the past. Yay. Things are going to be changing. Hopefully, with this metal desk as a thing of the past, it means it'll be less of a nightmare to light. We're going to have a whole new studio setup. It's going to be amazing, but it's also the reason that we've decided to make changes to the channel, to the content that's coming out, and I'm going to have more on that over the next couple of weeks. But next weekend, I'm away with Steph. We're going on holiday, a ski holiday. I'm skiwithpete. We're going on a ski holiday. You guys are writing such positive comments. Atari Zero with a $20 super chat. Amazing. Thank you, Atari. Let's put that down on the board here. We are now 238 out of 450. That's what this number is over here. The target goal here, that 450 is a little messy. 238 of the way to 450. Thank you very much, Atari Zero. We are headed to we're headed to a new place. It's going to have a new look, and it also means about the changes that we're going to be making to this stream. I've already stopped the Saturday morning. Jonathan, we are not leaving the city. We are not leaving the city, but we are moving to a much bigger and better place. We're definitely looking forward to that. What should I just answer some questions? Studio, yes, exciting. Euphorical is here. What's going on? I will give you guys more details about all the move and all the interesting stuff that comes along with it very soon. I promise. But let's go on to say, because I'm away next weekend and the weekend after, this could be the final stream in this setup. It could be. It might not be. We don't know. We're in New York, and Steph says it's unlikely, but we'll see. But what I wanted to do was a little treat for you guys. I thought I would give you a little wander around the space as it currently exists so that you can see it as best you can. Oh, no! Oh, no. And that was the time that solder cam didn't work. What am I going to do? What am I going to do indeed? 4K action cam is correct, but solder cam is not responding. Steffi, we don't know when we're moving. That's part of the mystery and the secret. I'm just going to try to kickstart this. Solder cam is not working. I'm just going to solder cam to check. No, solder cam is not working. What should I do? What should I do? I'm going to pull the plug and plug it back in. Did that work? No. Can I try again? Maybe. What should I do, lads? What should I do? I mean, this is a build stream, so I need solder cam working. So what's going to happen? You guys are going to have to hold on 1 minute as I go to tell people I will be right back. I will be right back. It looks like we're back. Are we back? Enjoy my insect. What's going on? Are we back? Yeah, stream is back up. All right, guys. The fun stuff I wanted to do, I just couldn't do with that thing that was down. So let's just quickly recap. 1, you're watching a 4K full live stream. Yeah. What's up? I had to restart the computer 4 times. I did nothing other than restart the computer 4 times, but the 4th time it worked. Windows. Hashtag Windows. I'd love to turn this back into a Linux machine. It's totally not going to happen anytime soon, but let's just recap. First thing to recap is Atari Zero with the Super Chat. Excuse me. Atari Zero with the Super Chat. threw down $20. We are now at 238 of 450. Yes. Gert Tarkter says, Ski with Pete, I got my Hasu controller for my FC660C yesterday. Thanks. Just attempting a deeper dive at QMK at the moment. Do you have any experience with QMK? Only a little bit. Only a little bit. But I'm sure you will get deep on that soon enough. Okay, let's do this from the start. I got a giveaway. The giveaway is all these cool stickers from OLKB, 1UP Keyboards, Hungerworks Studio, mechanicalkeyboards.com, and Cooler Master, a switch puller. Sorry, not a switch puller. Keycap puller from Hoo-Ah, which is the division of Hollyops, and this PCB. Don't forget to check that out in the About section below. The news, just to recap, JB has left New York City. Sad news for us here, but things are a-changing. We're moving to a larger location. When we move to the new location, we're going to change this setup, and we're also going to be able to have JB back. So you will see him again soon, but you will see him again at the new setup. Now, as I was saying just before things went sideways, one moment. Alexa, turn off the lounge.
Okay.
Way better. I don't look so yellow back there. We are moving to a new location, but I won't be around for next week and the following week, which means this could be the last ever live stream from this location. And so what I thought I would do, while Steph is doing God knows what behind me, what I thought I would do is I would take you guys on a little tour around the Ski with Pete space. This could be it, guys. This could be the last time ever you see this metal surface that I usually work on. And so it's time to take a look around. Now, just before I do that, just got one more little thing to do. What are we doing? 26 watching with 9 likes. Go on, smash that like button if you haven't already. Do you guys want the, what do you think? Do you want the tour now, or should I do a little bit of keyboarding and then we'll do the tour? What do you think? What do you guys think? Whatever it is you think I'm going to do. First, I'm going to do some clippage. Okay, these are the switches that are going to be in today's build. I'm just going to take this off of here. This is the giveaway, gleam.io, link in the About section below. Go check that out. It's what you want. Get involved. All right. All right. Let's just do this. You guys hang around for another couple minutes. We're at 29. Let's say once we get to, what do you say? Once we get to 25 likes, that's when I'll do the tour. Hey, how does that sound? 25 likes, I'll do the tour then. These are Cherry MX silent switches, and one of them, I don't know which one of them has a white dot on the bottom. There's the one with the white dot. This is the one for my space bar, so let's put that off to the side. I'm also going to leave the pegs on that one. I'm also going to leave the pegs on one other of them, and otherwise, let's start clipping some pegs. Bubba198 says tour now. I feel you, buddy. We're gonna get to that as soon as we hit 25 likes. Can somebody let me know as soon as we hit 25 likes? As soon as we've hit 25, I will stop exactly what we're up to, and I will switch over to that. Okay, those are over there. I'm gonna check that over that way. And I'm gonna do this. So all I'm doing, these have little PCB legs on them to hold them super steady inside the PCB. But if you're doing a plate build like I'm gonna do today, you don't really need them, and they just kind of cause a pain in the butt. So what I'm going to do is clip all of these. $20 likes, getting close, trying to hit 25 likes. As soon as we do, I'll do the tour. So again, the story goes, we found a new premises to go to. It has this beautiful space for me to start streaming. It'll be better ventilated for the soldering. It'll just be a great location. It's also going to give 1UP Keyboards, as you guys know, I'm the owner of 1UpKeyboards.com. It's going to give 1UP Keyboards the space to grow as well, which is great news. Of course, as you know, we are in need of some expansion, and we're going to get that. There's lots of big news coming for 1UP Keyboards as we get ready for the expansion. Things are going to get a whole lot better very quickly. More on that soon. But for right now, I'm just clipping a bunch of these, saying don't clip. I know don't clip, but you know, you don't have to clip these, but God, it makes life so much easier when you don't clip them. You don't have to push so hard on the board. Everything about it, it's just better. How many likes are we at? 31 watching with 23 likes. And then I'm going to give you guys the quick tour. It's not going to be a quick tour. It's going to be a real and deep tour of the 1UP Keyboards stroke Ski with Pete space. What noise are you making back there, Steph? How are we doing? 30 likes, 23 likes. Yeah, I'm stuck with this, so it's not like I'm just getting ready here. We're at 23 likes. We're almost there already, so I should have picked a higher number. I totally should have picked a higher number. Now I thought I would break up the build a little bit, you know? Thought I would just go like nice and slow and start off good. And don't forget to press subscribe if you haven't already. Once we move, things are gonna get pretty cool pretty fast, so. Atari Zero, a friend is here. I gotta run. Too bad, man. You're gonna miss the tour, which is a shame, but you can, of course, watch this on the replay. Thanks again, Atari Zero, for the super chat. We are now officially over halfway there to the 360 camera, which of course is going to improve things greatly. We've just hit 25 likes. Let's press the like button. Yeah. Don't forget, everybody, we're streaming today in full 4K. 4K. Turn your volume down a smidge because I am going to press the button. Pete used unclipped on the whole bottom row. Okay, so that would be 7 switches total. So I've already got the space bar. That's why I say 7. So it's 4 on the right, 3 on the left. I will do the bottom row as pegs in. Okay, guys, we've hit 25. So I'm just going to get ready here and do the tour of the 1UP stroke Ski with Pete space, and I'm going to do that by kind of freehanding with one of my main cameras. So all right, here we go. Okay, so first of all, what I was going to do was turn on the everything cam so you guys can see. You can see there's a bit of delay between this camera here and this selfie chat camera here. The two aren't very well configured. Also, there's a lighting discrepancy between the two. You can see I'm like much more pasty white in the selfie cam than I am in the selfie chat. But let's go through the different cameras. We have the 4K overhead, which is here. That's the usual view that we get. We've got the 4K selfie chat, which is over here. The 4K selfie chat means that I can look at the chat and talk to you guys pretty quickly and easily. Then there's the 1080p round selfie cam. Now, it's only 1080p because it never appears on screen as larger than 1080p. Even when I do in this view, this is as large as this ever needs to be. This is in 1080p. So the rest of the screen is in 4K from corner to corner. You can see there, you're in 4K, but this is 1080p, and that's as big as it ever needs to be. So coming back over here, I also, one of the big additions to this channel was a 4K solder cam. So that'll give you guys the up-close view of everything solderific as we get soldering. And of course, we got the 4K overhead. This 4K overhead stays on frame when I go to the solder cam, so you guys don't have to feel too crazy sick. Oh, this is one of my special views. This special view shows the number of subscribers currently on the channel. But that's not what I was going to show off. I was going to show off solder cam. So you can see this 4K view is here, and then you've got the solder cam view is there. That's why, even though this can move around quite a lot, you can keep your eye up in this top left corner, and it doesn't really bother you too much. Okay, let's go back to everything. Last but not least, probably this is the first like action camera that I got, was this action cam. So this gave a new perspective when I was doing overhead and I had a low camera view. But what action camera I've done with is I've actually mounted it on a roller so I can roll it back and forth. So it's actually action cam we're going to be taking apart right now. And it's with action cam that I'm going to show you guys around a little bit. So I just first need to remove the Velcro that I have holding it on here. And the first, I got 2 pieces of Velcro holding it on, just so it's nice and stable and I don't ruin it. But at the same time, I've got to do this now really carefully. So you guys can see over here as I go to selfie cam, you can see some of what you're going to see here. So I'm just preparing this camera. This is the action cam, and you can see this is how it slides on that rail back and forth, which is pretty cool. So I've got a couple different ideas about what I'm going to do at the next place, and I'm not going to go through that just yet, but I'm just going to show you guys, given the limitations of my Manhattan apartment, what I've had to go through, how I've been able to condense things into a very small space, and I'm going to start by doing that with this camera. You see, I've got it loose now, so things are going to get a little bit jittery as we go here, but I'm actually going to switch over, I think it's this one, action plus selfie. So you can see in the selfie view in the right hand corner, you can keep your eye up here if you're starting to feel a little nauseous, but I just thought I'd show you around. This is part of my view, but I'm just going to go a little bit wider here. So the first thing you can see straight ahead of me there is my action, or my selfie cam. That's my 1080p camera, that Logitech 1080p. I'm just going to zoom in on it so you can see it up close. You can see it's got those lights around the edges so you can see when it's on. This drawer obviously has a lot of things, but it does not have gone feet in it. Okay, backing up. All right, the second camera that you can see is this camera over here, and that of course is the 4K soldering cam. You can see what kind of a mess that really is. It's basically just a 4K webcam Logitech Brio mounted on top of a soldering iron. That's the Hakko FX888D, and you can see my dad built me this awesome arm out of aluminum to stick it on, so it's nice and lightweight, but also infinitely adjustable. All right, the third camera is this camera here, which is this is selfie chat. You notice it's upside down, which we discovered the other day is the reason that this is upside down. That the picture was upside down, but I righted it in the everything picture. Now, what you can do is you can see here, this is my monitor, and my monitor gives you an idea of what we're up against. So in terms of, we have the chat on this side, which is why we have the selfie chat camera over by the chat. And we also have this, which is the view that I have of me live. And that's by this webcam, so it looks, so when I'm looking down the barrel, I'm not too far away from seeing what all the action is. All right, let's go up. So I'm going to tip the camera upwards now and start to show you guys up. You can see that's my focus window there, so I can get a nice tight view and make sure everything is in focus. But we're going to keep looking up, keep looking up, keep looking up. And overhead, you're going to see my big camera. This is the Panasonic Lumix FZ1000. This is a 4K streaming camera, and it's connected to some electronics that I'll show off in a minute. Okay, I'm coming back down. I'm going to do it nice and slow so nobody gets too sick. But just take a look, and as we do it, I'm going to move backwards and backwards. Okay. Next thing I want to show you guys, this obviously is the stand where the action cam goes on. And under here on the desk, you can see this is where I've got some of my action moments. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to press one of these buttons. This is actually the 4K explosion button. So this is what I have to do. I reach in through here and then I press this button. There you go. You can see how that works. I've also got a couple other buttons under there. This one is for the floating thumb, and this is for the exploding thumb. So that is under here. I actually have to reach through what's in your PC rig. Don't worry, I promise I'll show that off. So this is where I reach through in order to get to those buttons. And you can see this is one of the 6, what are these called? 6 packs.
Yeah, that's 6-shooter.
6-shooter that's available at One Up Keyboards. I, of course, built that here and on stream and use it. This slider is the Morden slider. You guys helped me buy this, actually. So thank you again for all of your contributions. Okay, going back and going back. Going back up to the desk here because I want to turn left and show off some of the audio equipment and a bit of camera too. Now I know because that light is on, we're going to lose some of this. But a little fuzzy in there. This is camera 2. Now today camera 2 isn't on, but often it is. When you see that, that's that Sony camera, and the Sony camera is connected up here to that Rode mic. So that Rode mic and that camera go together. But I have a second mic, and that second mic is this mic, which is behind this screen here. This mic is the AT2020 Audio Technica mic, and that's what you're listening to me through now. It gives a really nice sound, and of course with the pop filter you can hear less of my spitting. Okay, let's move back again and go wider. Now you can see my 2 monitors as they're set up. On the right hand side you can see this just over here. This is like my live view, whereas on the left here we have some of the different functionalities available to me. So at the top you can see I've got the super chat space, and you can see Atari Zero there hooked us up with $20 towards our 360 camera. And over here underneath it I've actually got the analytics for the channel, so I can see how many viewers are currently watching, what resolutions you guys are watching in. So you guys are watching, most of you are watching in other, which typically represents 1440p. Down below that, I've actually got the overhead camera controls. Now, because I just restarted this quickly to get you guys up to speed, there, that's what it's supposed to look like. This lets me adjust the overhead camera. I press fast or slow, and that'll do all the zooming on the overhead. Okay, backing up a little bit more, you can see jutting out from under the desk, I've got this tray. And this tray is what I use to host my keyboard. Obviously, this is a LJD 61-up red carbon fiber with JTK white, black on white keycaps. This is the red carbon fiber edition of the LJD 61-up, a limited edition one. Love this keyboard. It's got 65 gram Zelios in there. And back here, I've got the creamy prototype for the numpad, which I was pretty excited to make. And of course, I've got the rollerball Kensington mouse. I don't really like rollerballs, if I'm honest, but in this small setup, I didn't really have a choice. I don't really have space to move a mouse around. Okay. Erlicta says, great job keeping it steady. I'm doing my best. Ryan Horn says, hi, Mom. Justin Boulanger is here. He says, yo, yo. I'm going under the desk here to start showing off my main rig. Okay, just before I get to the main rig, you can see that red box under there. That red box is the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, which is my audio capture box. You can see it's actually got 2 mics attached to it. This one is the one that you're currently hearing me through, and this one goes to the microphone across the room that Steph usually is on. Although, let's be honest, Steph's allergy to microphones continues. Underneath, we have my desktop. This is the HP Envy. Why, with Bang & Olufsen sound, why did I get myself a non-custom rig? Well, the answer is I got this on woot.com, and I got it super cheap. From $1,000 i7 rig with an NVIDIA graphics card, the 745, 4 gigs of RAM that can do 4K. From a retail suggested price of $900, I got this for under $400. And so when you're streaming on a budget like I am, God knows that every penny counts. So that's my rig. We're going to get to the capture cards in a minute, but I wanted to show off that Focusrite. And the other thing is these drawers. These drawers are where I keep all the important stuff for streaming. In here, you can see this is where I got my tweezers, my marker. Every time you guys do any of the, anytime you guys hook me up with the super chat, this is where I reach for my marker. But of course, I've got other stuff in here: HDMI adapters, screwdrivers, my camera stuff's down there. And then this brings us to probably one of the most interesting bits about this show, and that's my kick pedals. So you can see with my kick pedals here, oh, I notice now that I don't have my Action Plus Big. Ooh, that's not right. Sorry, Action Plus Selfie. The Action Plus Selfie gives me the ability to have myself be on screen versus just the Action Cam, which is this button, which removes it. So there you go. There's that one. And that one. I control this with my foot, so there's Selfie. That switches me over to this view. Overhead plus Selfie is that. Or I'm going to go back to Action Cam here. Awesome socks. Decided to wear gray socks and some shorts in New York today. I don't know why. That's down here. And that is how I control the stream. Now, you notice I've broken it up into 2 different boards now. I've got the Prionic on the right, which does all of my... Can you see that? Which does my different camera views. And you can see I've got a couple blank ones in there. The reason I've done that is because over here on the left, I've started to put different things in different places. So my mute, my Be Right Back, and my end card, as well as subscribe, I've now moved to a different board. And actually, I'm going to be building that out so that I can continue streaming entirely with my feet. Okay, backing up here, moving out. I'm just going to read some of the comments. Pete, you will be lost when you have more spaces. You will not be able to reach everything. You're just going to have to stream from a closet. Well, I got a whole thing coming. You'll see that soon enough. Okay, over here we have the streaming box for the Camera 2. This box is the Epiphan Video, which is a 720p box, and hooks up to that Sony camera. Baxter Curry just asked, are those actually mech boards? Yeah, both of these are mechs. I've built both of these on stream. The one on the right is a OLKB Prionic. The one on the left is an OLKB plank. It's a plank on the left, a Prionic on the right. Okay, I'm going to try to come around the corner here a little bit. And I'm just going to show off, there's just 2 little pieces here I want to show off now. I can't see the monitor anymore, but there's my AVIO HD and my AVIO 4K. These are how you capture, can you see that? Hopefully you can. These are how you capture top quality stuff in 4K. That's how I do my camera. Sorry guys, I know it's going to be a little bit jerky as I get around here. Those 2 cameras, those 2 capture cards, I could not do this channel without. Okay. That was my setup. Okay, I'm going to do just one more. I'm going to go even wider. I'm going to go even wider here. I'm just going to back up, back up, back up, back up. All right. You kind of get a good view from back here of basically what's going on. There's my overhead camera. You can see some of the lights and rigs. You can see some of the shelving from one-up keyboards. You can see my dual monitor setup, my 30-inch across desk, the roller, the keyboard, the computer, the tower, the under-desk setup, my kick pedals, my off-the-desk jut-out space here with my keyboard, and kind of my overflow space. Cool. All right. Now what I'm going to do is just turn you to the right here and start to show you a bit more around one-up keyboards. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice here is this is what it looks like over to the right. This is Steph's working space. This is where she works from. You can see her one-up keyboards TKL over there. She's got a dual monitor setup, and you can see I also watch the stream on this thing on the right, so I can tell if anything is malfunctioning. And that is just around the corner from where I sit, so I can just look over my shoulder. Now looking down into the depth here. Hey, somebody just subscribed. Welcome to the show. Looking down into the depths, you can see over there where it's all the paracord that we do with our cable kits. You can see up on the shelf here, we've got a bunch of boxes for the Max keys. We got some new cyans in the other day. There's also keycap trays. We've got, what did I say? Max keys cyan. And Miami. Then over here you can see all our switch buckets. There's all our switches. Well, you can't see them all there. It's pretty tough. Actually, if you look above there, you can see all our different legs and leg setup. And down here is all the switches. You got Gaterons on the top, and as you go down, there's cherries down there, and then there's Zelios. The Zelios are currently on the floor. Actually, they're not put away.
Hence the new space.
Yeah, hence the new space indeed. Just looking back over the bookshelf, these are all JD40 PCBs. There's some completed stuff up on the top there, already boxed up. Okay, I'm going to go the other way now. This is back past my streaming space, and we're going down towards the other corner. Down towards the other corner, you're going to see that shelf is where I keep a lot of my keyboards at the minute. They used to be out and all displayed beautifully, but unfortunately we've just run out of space, so they're now all on shelves. You can see these are all the carbon fiber. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to lose my own view of it, but those are all the carbon fiber universals. And above that from the universals are the LJD 61 ups. That's where we keep them there. You can see some other stuff on these shelves. Over there you can see the Singer, which is the antique sewing machine, which kicked off one-up keyboards. Of course, we've progressed quite a bit around here, but that is where it started. Taking a look a little wider here, you can see some of my stuff. I got a bunch of Cooler Master boards at the moment. Got to find those good homes. And then I'm coming around, I'm doing the tour here. This is the more recent. It's not exactly a new sewing machine. This is the FAF Hobbymatic 807. And then we're background like that, back over at Steph's computer. Okay. Also in the distance, you guys can see there, sorry it's so wobbly, you can see Steph at the stove, Steph waving, but you can also see where Steph's streaming setup was until recently. We've already started disassembling that. Alright guys, I'm going to come back around like this. Okay, and I'm going to put this in here. Cool. That was the tour of the space and of one-up keyboards. What do you guys think? I got one new subscriber during that, so hopefully. Now, what I really wanted to do before I do my last stream was to try to get to the 450 mark so I could set up a 360 camera to show you guys what the environment looks like while I'm streaming. You know, so you can get my POV. But it looks like that we've run out of time for that. Unless you guys are going to be able to dig real deep into your pockets. Now, we're $222 short of the mark, so still a long way to go. It'll probably be in the new space before we get that all sorted out. Cool, with 31 watching and 27 likes. Illitero says, your space is a tech-filled nightmare of my dreams. Heart. Thanks, man. We're obviously we're really grateful and thankful for everything that's happened on the stream and to the show over the last little while. And, of course, it's your contributions and you guys watching this show. From just being here, which is, of course, is great, to pressing like, to pressing subscribe, to contributing to the stream. Every little bit, of course, is added up to this amazing space. And when we first moved in here, of course, there was none of this stuff. None of it at all. It was just a couch and a room and a table and our dreams. And over time, we've slowly built this up into this amazing 4K streaming setup. And you guys, like I say, have supported all along the way. So thank you very much. And of course, for the next chapter too, while this is ending, the next chapter looks to be even better, even bigger, even cooler. And, you know, you give me a bit more space, God knows what I'm going to fill it with. So we're definitely really looking forward to that. But yeah, the plan is still the same. Keep building keyboards, keep building cool stuff. You know, a lot of this channel was actually formed around building physical computing for the household. And I'm looking forward to returning to that. Since we left New Zealand, of course, I haven't done much of that. I've mostly focused on keyboards, but this is going to give me a chance to widen the scope of this channel too. And that's also why we created the One Up Keyboards YouTube channel, which by subscribing to, you guys can enter this week's giveaway. So please remember to do that. Lots and lots of good stuff coming. Ryan Horn says, nice tour, pretty awesome to see the show and behind the scenes where all our orders come from. Indeed, and you know, it's only recently, I want you to know, it's only recently that things have gotten just as crazy as they have gotten. As we've grown the store, of course, things have grown here as well. And as things continue to grow, things get a little bit more chaotic, and the chaos now has pretty much taken over. We're looking forward to getting everything back to organized and streamlined so it can be the way it ought to be. Anchorbait says, ask you, Pete, what part of New Zealand did you live in? We actually lived in Auckland, which was beautiful, and we had an amazing time while we were there. And it was in New Zealand that this YouTube channel really started to take hold, doing some Raspberry Pi stuff. And since moving to New York, of course, I wasn't able to do much Raspberry Pi stuff. Not only because I rented this apartment and wasn't able to make any changes or do any stuff, but people then asked what sort of peripherals I was using, and of course, when I then had a look and decided to invest in my first mechanical keyboard, that led to the explosion of this channel. Well, I say the explosion of this channel, it led first to a bunch of YouTube videos about mechanical keyboards, and then ultimately led to the launching of oneupkeyboards.com, which has been amazing. It really has been a whole lot of fun. But now that One Up Keyboards has its own channel, my plan is to use One Up Keyboards as a place to release more of the to release more of the keyboard content, and Ski with Pete, while I'm still going to be doing tons of keyboarding stuff, it's also to release some more physical computing stuff, which, like I say, the channel has been less about for the last 2 years or so. Hi everyone, hi Ski with Pete, looking at the stream from Romania. I'm sad I can't buy one of the keyboards, it's hard with delivery. I hear you, but just so you know, One Up Keyboards does do international shipping. The international shipping is calculated in the cart. Min Fom says, why don't we use 3-pin switch? The reason is simply that these switches were given to me by Cherry GmbH out of Germany. These are Cherry MX silent switches, and when they sent switches to me, they sent me the 5 pins. So that's what I got. That's what I got. Because it's what I've got, and I've decided to mod them. That's what I'm up to now. Just clipping these bad boys. Cool, just rocking on, rocking on. This does take a little bit of time. I wish I'd set the like bar a little higher so that I could have been a little further into this before I cut out the stream for that awesome tour, but that's the reason why. That's the reason why. So what about you guys? Have you guys all pressed like? Have you all pressed subscribe? Is this your first time to the stream? Have you been here a long time? What's up with you? What's the latest indeed? Have you guys got any cool mechs? So I know a lot of the guys who were here earlier on in the stream were wondering if I was going to get a new chair. Obviously, the news is much bigger than a new chair. I'm looking forward to having a whole new setup. But of course, as much as it's going to be a new setup, it's basically going to start with the same number of cameras. It's going to start with some of the same sorts of innovations, and I'm just going to try to build it from there. But bigger and better and faster and crazier. Felipe Curi says, hello there, what are we up to? We're building a mechanical keyboard, a 10 keyless Cherry MX Silent, one-up keyboards, carbon fiber. Paolo Umali says, at Ski with Pete, where do you find Clipe cases? They're at oneupkeyboards.com. We're the only supplier in North America. We're the only ones who stock them regularly. Ryan Horn says, first time to the stream. This is pretty awesome stuff. Using a DAS keyboard while I'm waiting for my order to come in. Ryan, what order have you got coming in? And also, have you pressed subscribe? If you haven't pressed subscribe, please do. We'd love to have you back. Working on a Node.js application to interact with the Ann Pro keyboard from Felipe Curi. Sounds cool. What do you intend for the Node.js application to do? Will the Clipe fit the banana split with USB-C? I don't know. Does the V2 banana split fit in a standard 60% universal base? Because the Clipes are built to be the standard universal base as well. So if it fits in a Poker 3 case or a Poker 2 case, then yes, it will. If it fits in a Poker 2 new with the thing on the right, then no, it won't. Baxter Curry says, just did my first build with a DZ60 and Kale Burgundy switches. I love it. Awesome. Sounds good, man. For those of you who don't know, I'm Ski with Pete, the host of the Ski with Pete channel. I also have a hat that says Ski with Pete. And I am the owner of oneupkeyboards.com. How far did you get with QMK, Pete? I have a couple of keyboards that use QMK. I use kbfirmware.com typically when I have any crazy stuff to do on QMK, because I'd rather just do it than... Are you going to do key mappings and lighting switches? Interesting. Were you trying to make it into a fully programmable keyboard, are you? Yep, I've subscribed. I have keycaps coming from Waz and a stainless steel TKL ordered with you. Awesome. Pretty excited how it'll turn out. It's going to turn out pretty kick-ass, trust me. From macOS terminal, you could basically do and pro on and off. The idea is to write an Electron app to leverage this library I'm writing. Cool. Oh yeah, I've been trying to flash a Sweet 16. I'm the one who made the acrylic plates. Amazing, but I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know either, but that's a great segue to the Discord channel. If you go check out the Discord channel in the About section below, you can get some dudes to give you some help there. It's also a great place to hang out and interact with other keyboard buffs. Go check out the Discord channel in the About section below. And while you're there, go check out the giveaway. Speaking of the giveaway, why don't I do another rundown of the giveaway? This month's giveaway starts with a sticker from oneupkeyboards.com and a second larger sticker from oneupkeyboards.com. Oh, it would if I could pull it out here. A sticker from olkb.com. There's the bigger one from oneupkeyboards.com. One from mechanicalkeyboards.com. Two from Hungerworks Studios. One from Cooler Master. And this Hua metal aluminum keycap puller from Hua, which is a subdivision of Holly Oops. Plus, there's this One Up Keyboards limited edition Gone Nerd 60% PCB with gold. Look at it. It's just so beautiful, this damn thing. This is in the About section below. This is in the About section below. What are you doing over there? This is in the About section below. Go to the gleam.io link. We don't use the gleam.io link for anything other than to notify the winner. If you'd like to subscribe to the newsletter for One Up Keyboards, do that by subscribing to the One Up Keyboards newsletter on oneupkeyboards.com. That's not what the gleam.io link is for. The gleam.io is just for contacting the winner. And they don't send you spam or anything. They're pretty cool over at gleam.io, so it's totally worth doing. And all you need to do is be subscribed to this channel, and you're in to win. Pete, there are two Discord links in the Discord. One at the top, one near the bottom. Is that intentional? No, it's just because I'm dumb and I forgot that I put an extra one in. They're both the same link. They both go to the same place. It's both the same channel. It says you are out of Clipe cases.
We sold out.
No.
Oh.
No.
I haven't packed all of them, so I don't know. I'm trying to keep an eye on orders, but obviously failed miserably.
No, there's Clipes. There's definitely Clipes.
Oh, okay.
Go to product menu, bases and cases, Clipe. Yeah, all three colors are still in stock. There's a black one, a blue one, and a purple one. The black ones, by the way. Mwah. The blue ones, mwah, mwah.
Blue ones are awesome.
The blue ones are
They're
amazing.
new this round, so and they look awesome.
They look amazing. And how sweet would a Clipe look with that gone in there? Yes. Has anybody been using a PCB with acrylic transparent top plate and keys? I'm curious to know how the design would come through. I avoid acrylic and transparent top plates because they're brittle. I don't have the example anymore because I broke it. But I've used acrylic keyboards in the past, and I highly recommend that you avoid them. Stick with a metal plate and acrylic bottom. We have new acrylic bases at One Up Keyboards. They're pretty dope. Yeah, that PCB, you would frame it. You should. I'll do a close up of it later on in the stream, just to show you guys how good that damn board looks. I mean, yes, it's definitely more expensive than cheapy boards, but my god, the quality is insane. Okay, just gonna throw away these little bitty pieces.
Am I allowed to make a lot of noise?
Are you allowed to make a lot of noise? What does that mean?
Can I use the blender?
Yeah, you can use the blender, but only for a second, okay? Because these people are nice.
I know they are. I just I have to blend the soup. I have to do it in batches because I don't want the whole kitchen covered in. You'll end up covered in soup.
Okay. The next part of this build requires this TKL PCB from Gone. So what I need to do is plug it in and check that it works. So I'm going to do that. I got a USB cable just off to the side here. All right. Now what I'm going to do, for those of you who are in the chat, you'll see. For those of you in the chat, you should be able to see some stuff come through in a second. There's an O, there's some T's, there's some R's, and now I can press enter. Two of these are going to be enter, enter.
Ready?
No, not yet. Not yet. Enter. So if you're in the chat, you can see that I've just submitted some keystrokes. Those keystrokes mean that we have a working PCB, and a working PCB means we can move on to the next step, which is adding these stabilizers. I'm going to pull those out while Stephanie blends. So, in fact, I'm going to mute it while Stephanie blends. That's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to mute it. Okay, so what I was saying then is that the toe goes in the big hole and that the heel goes in the little hole. That's what I was trying to say. And you'll know that you got it right when these are nice and flush. And what I mean by flush is that there's no gap along here. I can't stick this underneath here. There's no gap there. Okay, that's how you know you got it right. It's flat all the way across on both sides. Okay. Now,
Ready?
I'm going to mute again while Steph does more blending. Oh.
Okay.
Off mute. Here's a quick little trick that I found to dampen the sound of these stabs. Once they're in place, just squeeze some lube into the back like this. I'll make sure it stays in there. And that will quiet the hell out of them while still giving you that crispy feel. I know Anchorbait said he would like to spend more on his stabs, but I personally don't see much a reason for it. It really is there just as a piece of plastic to help something move up and down. So I'm running out of lube here. I'm just going to squeeze this. It really is just a piece of plastic to help the switches move up and down so you can have them be as silent or as thocky as you want them to be. There you go. I'm just going to turn this around. I'm actually running low on this lube. I can't believe it. This Crytalk stuff, I thought it was going to last me a lifetime. Maybe 2 lifetimes.
Okay, last blend.
We're on to last blend. I'll be right back. Unmuted. We're back.
All blended. Thanks, guys.
Everything is all blended up. We're good for blendage. Okay. I just want to wash my hands so I don't get any more lube on this beautiful black carbon fiber piece than I have to. So give me 1 second. I will be right back. Actually, I'm going to press the be right back thing because I can't. I got a be right back button. Do it. Be right back. All right, and we're back. Hey, any of you guys here haven't pressed like already? Please go ahead and smash that like button now. It helps out the stream. So go ahead and smash that like button. All right. Now what I do is I do the first batch. I do the four corners. The four corners of the apocalypse. Now, the reason I do these first four corners is just to give this base a bit of stability. So that I can put the other switches in the right places. Now, this bottom left corner, because I don't know exactly where that thing goes. Actually, I do know, because I have another keyboard right off the side here. But because I pretend that I don't know, what I'm going to do instead is do this shift as my first one. Okay, now just flip the board over. Flip the board over. Now you got to make sure that these things have made it through. So they're all the way through. Now you push the board down so that you make sure they're all the way through. And those are all the way through. I'm just going to push down, make sure they're all the way through. Both of them have come through. There they are. And we're good to go. So I'm just going to show you on action cam here. I'm just going to move it a little bit closer. You can see here in my shift key, you can see the two little legs that come through. And I'm going to scooch over to the other side here. And you can see, oh, if it ever comes into focus. Come on, come into focus. You can do it. There you go. You can see those two little legs have made it through. Nice and tidy there. And I'm just going to push the board down. And it's definitely in the right place. So we're ready to get soldering. Everybody's favorite part of the show, solder cam. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm scooching you around here a little bit more than I want to. Everybody's favorite part of the show is solder cam. So we're just about to get solder cam up and going. If you haven't already, please press subscribe. Please press like. And I'm going to fire up solder cam. Solder cam, like everything else, is in full 4K. And just before we get to it, Ryan Horn asked, noob question, thinking about getting a 60% for work. Yep, totally cool. But I spent a lot of time in terminals. Would easy AVR allow me to bind macros for function keys? Page up, page down. Absolutely yes. And you know what? You don't even need to download... you don't even need to buy your 60% PCB ahead of downloading Easy AVR. You can get Easy AVR and you can find all of those answers and you can test out everything that you want to do with Easy AVR even before you buy your PCB. So you can even check the different types of PCBs and check if you get exactly the sort of thing that you want to get before you have to buy it. So there's that. God, I really hate this stupid, I don't even know why we still have it, this stupid Halloween bag. What the hell? What the hell's with this Halloween bag?
Cute.
It's not cute. It's a pain in the ass and it's in the way all the time.
But you moved it over there. It wasn't there before.
Okay, guys. We're switching over to solder cam. Now, solder cam, I haven't finished doing the focus on it yet because I had to restart 5 times. But let's assume that this is about right. If it's not right, you guys can let me know. Don't forget to keep your eye in the top left corner here if you're starting to find it all a little bit wiggly. But here we go. You know what? I forgot to open the door. I'll be right back. 1 second. Don't forget, guys, always wear safety first. Always wear glasses. Can be in a well-ventilated area whenever you do any soldering. And I totally forgot that. Almost forgot it. I didn't actually start soldering before I figured it out. Why does this want to tip over? Huh. Okay, it's blowing. Back. Yeah, hey? Wow. Steph, do I have solder cam on?
Yes. Well, I can see view of solder cam. You're not moving yet, though. Yep. Solder cam is on.
All right. Burr.
You are wearing shorts.
I am wearing shorts. Not just for effect. Whew. Just getting some of this out the door here. Just gonna turn off the soldering iron. I got a whole plan, Steph, for the new place. Whole plan.
Good.
What's that?
Good.
Yeah, you know those window fans?
Whoa, careful.
Sorry, the wind. Oh. You know those window fan things?
Yeah, you can actually put one in.
I'm gonna put one of those in.
Oh, be fancy stuff.
It's gonna be fancy. You heard it here first. Fancy. I think it's supposed to go like that, is it? Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be held. Yeah. Don't forget, guys, if you're going to solder at home, be safe, wear safety glasses, and don't try strapping a 4K camera to your soldering iron. It will drive you crazy.
Until you're well experienced.
And even then, unless you're crazy, don't do it. Okay, now what I'm going to do, because I'm building with the middle piece, is I'm going to put the middle piece on like that and use that to support so that I can just plop these right into place. So what I'm going to do is just make my way across. These cherry switches, because they're, because they are the ones who designed the system and they are the ones who define the standard, these things fit smoothly and snugly and perfectly in place every time. It is a wonder and an absolute treat to use them. Now, I personally use this 60% in my everyday life. I don't use a TKL, and now I think that my arrow keys are always mapped to WASD. Even when I use a TKL, I find it difficult to adjust to lifting my hand off of the home row. I don't like doing it. I think that WASD, having them on a function layer with WASD is a much better idea. And yeah, that's what I use. Okay, all of those made it through. I just wanted to do that for the first row. So pretty exciting stuff happening over One Up Keyboards, right? Definitely exciting times. Okay, now I want my first legged piece, and I'm making sure not to use my spacebarred one. I'm just going to flip it over and push that in because it needs that extra little bit of oomph to get it in the right place. Gert Tarkter says, Pete, what does a carbon fiber plate feel like compared to a steeled one? Okay, so the first thing to say is about the noise. The noise that comes through on a steel plate is much more in the treble part of the range. Just like tapping a steel plate sounds more like this, and tapping a carbon fiber plate sounds more like. So you get a deeper range. So while steel is more in the treble range, the carbon fiber is more in the bass range. So you get a thicker, richer, thocky sound coming out of a carbon fiber plate. In terms of the feel, there's a bit, and it really is a bit. It's a bit, feels a little softer on the carbon fiber end of the spectrum, and a little harsher or a little stiffer on the stainless steel end of it. Now, some people, like Rhino Feed, says that all of the best keyboards that he's ever used always have stainless steel plates. And, you know, that's totally his preference, and I get that. Especially if you like a clicky switch, you want to go even higher into the treble, and you want to hear it, the crispiness up there.
I like mine just fine, thank you, not carbon fiber.
If you wanted to do that, I would understand stainless steel. Equally, if you want to add richness to the bottom half of the sound, you could go for carbon fiber, which would add like a roundness to the clicky sound. And as you could hear, Steph just then protesting in the background. That's what she likes. And if it's okay with you guys, I'm just going to grab Steph's. This is her LJD 61 up black carbon fiber with Aristotle switches. And I'll just...
And there's a glass fiber middle.
And there's a glass fiber middle. You know, I do that a lot now. if you pick up a keyboard and actually knock on the back, you'll get a pretty good idea of what the keyboard actually sounds like. If by comparison to that keyboard, I grabbed this one, which is stainless steel. This has brown switches on, I think. Now, what's interesting is I've got a clicky switch, which I think would sound better on stainless steel, but I've got a clicky switch on carbon fiber, so you hear a lot of crispiness out of it. And these are non-clicky, but because they're on stainless steel, you hear a lot more of the treble from it. So it actually makes the two of them sound more alike than they really should. Gattistotle switches Felipe, which is a combination of Aristotle and Gaterons. Now, just to give you a third comparison here, I'm just going to pull my keyboard off, which is a carbon fiber. This is a carbon fiber Zelios 65 gram. See that richness? And I'm just going to compare it to gonna get rid of that rattle. Again, I think to me, it's really about personal preference. Would you rather that high range? Would you rather that low range? It's entirely up to you. I personally like the carbon fiber sound because of that thick, fucky sound you get at the base of it. But like I say, I know guys like Rhino Feed. They totally dig that really high pitched treble. The more you can get up there, the happier he gets. Cool. Let's continue. Personally, everything in my life would be made out of carbon fiber if I had half a choice. If my Apple laptop came without an operating system and was made out of carbon fiber, I would totally love that. In my world, nothing should be made of aluminum. Everything should be made either of stainless steel or of carbon fiber. If I had my way. I'm a cyclist, and I had an aluminum bike, which I enjoyed, but when I got the carbon fiber bike, it was a totally different world, and the same is true of keyboards. You get the same sort of rich noise out of a carbon fiber keyboard as you do out of a carbon fiber bike. And if you've ever heard anybody go by you on a carbon fiber bike, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to go for another one of these stabilized keys. Oh, none of those are stabilized. Stabilized. 2 more of those. Okay, then we're on to the bottom row. Now, humble viewer, what you should do is you should take out your keycaps and place them in the right place. But as I have, and you don't, as I have a keyboard right beside me here with the switches in the correct places, I know where to put these. So I'm going to line mine up using that. This goes on the left. And then it goes left, 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 and then it goes right, right, right. Okay, now before I get to soldering this thing, I got to do a couple bits and pieces to it. First, I got to press all the stabs in. God, I hate working the stabs. Okay. Not stabs, PCB mounts for switches. Okay, I'm going to do that in a sec, but you know what? Steph's keyboard is so damn dirty. I'm just going to go wipe this off over the trash. I'll be right back, guys. Graphene plates when? Soon, I hope. Soon.
Don't do that.
All that this is like a 99-cent paint brush off eBay. I just gave that a quick spank. Okay. Okay, one more second here. Okay, moving this off to the side. Okay, now what you got to do is you've got to go over the whole thing with your finger and make sure that all of these things have all made it through all the way. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start up in this. BM McWhort says, I got a Signature Plastics DSA spacebar to put on that to test how the stabs work. I want to know if it was just me or what on my build. Steph, do you have a DSA spacebar you could grab?
Where would I find one of those? Those are split keys.
Is there one in the bag over there? Steph's going to take a look for you. I'm just going to rub my fingers over everybody here. What? Are there any of those are DSAs?
I think so.
Can you, because they're out of the crab bag, can you just make sure they're not like super warped?
What year's low? No, not too bad. That one?
All right, everybody's through, so we're good. Just 1 second, Brian. Just gonna do this here. Oh, wrong way around? Yeah, wrong way around. That should be a 6.25U. Nope. Nope. Do you know what I'm going to do for you, Brian? I'm going to go grab one out of the other room. This one? But the problem is these are grab bag ones, so I really can't be sure. Yeah, this one works. Just gotta make sure that everything's back down again because that would have knocked it up. Steffi, are you building this for a customer? I'm actually building this for a friend. A friend of mine expressed interest in having one, and he works in a corporate environment, and so needed silent switches, and so yeah, he's kind of a customer. But he's also kind of a friend, so how's that for an answer? Okay, I'm headed back to solder cam, and just before I do that, I'm going to put on my 1UP keyboard. I want to put on my 1UP keyboard hoodie. Do you know what that is? Oh no!
What's that?
Dale's. All right. I got my hoodie on. I'm putting the fan on. I'm opening the door. It's so cold out. There's no way there's any mosquitoes. Just going to leave the door open. Guys, if you haven't already smashed the like button with 35 people, could you go ahead and smash it now? I'd love to hit 50 as we switch over to the solder cam. Don't forget, if this is your first time with solder cam, keep your eye in the top left corner so that moving around doesn't get you too dizzy. Let's get to soldering. Also, so you guys know, it's pretty difficult for me to solder and look at the chat window. If there's a burning question that you have and you want to make sure that I get to it, you can use the super chat functionality to make sure I definitely read out all of the super chats even after the segment is over. Of course, super chat is also a great way to support the channel if you'd like to support this endeavor. Definitely appreciate that. Thank you to everybody who has supported this channel through super chats or other ways. If you can't use super chat in your country, there are links in the about section below that you can use, including a link for a PayPal donation, which you can use, or you can support this channel on Patreon, or there's a Bitcoin link. Not that many people use the Bitcoin link, but if you have, or you would, or you will, that would be great.
Temperature's definitely different.
Don't forget to smash the like button. And, of course, to check out this week's giveaway. It's not this week's. I keep saying this week's because that's what I always say, but it's actually this month's giveaway. It's the January giveaway. And there's lots of cool stuff in there, including the limited edition black 60% PCB from One Up Keyboards and Gone Keyboard Works. And if you guys were around earlier, you got to see around the workstation. Of course, that was pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Steph, can you read the comments if any come through for me? I just saw one that says ask in the Discord. And if you guys are thinking about joining the Discord, the link to the Discord is in the About section below. It's the Discord. There, I've heard that there's actually 2 links. That's because I've included it twice, but they should both be the same link to the same channel. Go check that out. It's a great place to hang out and talk about keyboards after the stream. A lot of the mods who are here now, because the channel has so many mods, are keyboard community members, and they're pretty dope. And they hang out and help out, and they're pretty cool guys. So thank you to all of my mods.
Just in regards to still not building the QMK key map.
What do you mean you're having troubles compiling it? If you are, I again would go to KB firmware and try that instead. Oh, wait a sec. You won't be able to because you're doing the FC660C. Did you see Jack guest starred on what do they call their show? Quakems? Jack starred on their channel. They did a special on Twitch on QMK just tonight, or last night rather. Just
It's a Saturday.
No, they did a Friday night
Oh,
6:30
it's a Friday
special.
one.
Yeah. What's their channel called?
The top class?
Top Clack. Do a search for Top Clack. Their most recent episode will be the one that you're looking for.
And so if you're talking to Horn at this hour, well, we're in New York City and it's actually only 9, so.
It's 9?
Mm-hmm. And then somebody asked, Victor asked, can I use any soldering iron or there's something special? Chocan answered, as long as you're careful, temperature controlled are better though.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't strap a 4K camera to the top of yours.
He watched Top Clack. It's not working for him.
The compiling is the part that's not working, am I right? The compiling, you need to create an environment. And I don't know how to do that in Windows, if I'm honest. I only know how to do that in Linux because it's pre-configured. See if you can find somebody who will give you a hand. Ask in the Discord. Go to the help section on the Discord. Somebody should be able to help you there. I'm really sorry. I don't use Windows very often. And as you saw today with my 30 minutes of downtime, I'm not very good at it when I do use it. I'm a Linux guy. Because you can be. What do you guys think of SolderCam? If this is your first time here, don't forget to press like. Don't forget to press subscribe. And let me know what you think of SolderCam. Could it be better? Is there something you'd like to see? Would you like to see it from a different angle or a different perspective? Let me know. Of course, I'm not looking at the chat channel right now. I can't because I'm focused too much on this. But don't forget, I am wearing glasses. You do need to wear glasses when you do any soldering.
Something to do with the different folder structure, which is different for the SC660C than the keyboard which they used. I have the environment set up now, I believe, just some awkward formatting stuff.
Huh. Like I said, I know nothing about it.
I'm in the ruralest of rural Indiana, so honky horns are an invitation to fist fight?
What is an invitation to fist fight?
Honking horns.
Honking horns are an invitation to fist fight.
No, that's just everyday. New
Oh,
York City.
welcome to New York City, man. Here, again, just weird ramblings while I'm building a keyboard, but here people honk their horn to correct behavior. So a honk of the horn isn't an invitation to fist fight at all. It's just a reminder to pay attention and act more like a New Yorker. It's a very normal thing here. If the light goes green and you haven't immediately stepped on the gas, expect a little honk to remind you that you are on planet somebody else and to wake up. It's used in all sorts of different ways too. You can communicate all sorts of different things with honking of the horn. From I'm about to back up here to look out for me to wake up to all sorts. Just absolutely all sorts. Genuinely, Steph, I'm getting cold here. I really like burr.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a count here, Steph?
Sorry, I'm not paying attention. You're at 35 watching, 41 likes.
35 watching with 41 likes. That's pretty cool. Thank you. Can we get up to 50 likes? That's the question. $41 likes, you said? And I'm trying to get to 50? Oh. I don't know if I'm going to get there before the end of this. What about subscriptions? Any new subscribers out there? If you've just joined and just subscribed, let me know by saying hi. Steph, there's a question there. I can't read it.
Curious to know if you share. Oh, hang on. Hang on. If you share your solder temp for board work. A few weeks ago, I put blued Gateron greens in a Logitech G6010 gorgeous feel, by the way, and noticed pads coming up. The PCB is kind of cheap with thin pads, but I hadn't noticed the issue before on other boards.
So I use a non-leaded solder, Kester non-leaded, and I solder at 650 F. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius. Alexa, what's 650 Fahrenheit in Celsius?
650 degrees Fahrenheit is 343.33 degrees Celsius.
343.3 degrees Celsius, so 340, 350. Whew, it's cold. Alexa, what's the current temperature in New York City?
Oh, the heater's turned on.
It's -5 degrees with clear skies.
-5 Celsius.
Tonight, you can look for mostly clear skies with a low of -8 degrees.
-8 Celsius. Alexa, what's -5 in Celsius and Fahrenheit?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Alexa, what's -5 Celsius in Fahrenheit?
-5 degrees Celsius is 23 degrees Fahrenheit.
23 Fahrenheit. Alrighty. Whoa, it's freezing. Cool. All right, and that is a completed board. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to cool down. Check out my hoodie. I'm going to cool down for just 1 second. Mine's around 380, a bit too hot for that board. A lot of people, especially repair, treat their temps as trade secrets for some reason. Withhold like turds. Well, certainly not me. I'm more than happy to share everything. And all the equipment that I have on my desk is in the About section below, too. So no secrets here. Totally, you do what I do. Use the Kester solder that I use. It's this stuff, Kester, lead-free. It's super good stuff. You should totally get yourself some of that. I'm going to wash my hands and I'll be right back. Are we getting close on the soup or what?
The soup's ready. Look at it.
What's in there then?
Well, there's something else.
What?
Something else.
Is that a flan?
No. Not on stove.
What is it?
A chunk of meat.
It's what?
A chunk of meat.
Is it?
Yeah.
How long before that's ready?
A while.
Like a couple days?
Yeah.
A couple hours?
Hours.
A couple minutes?
Hours.
Hours. viewers.
The soup's ready. I can make crouton stew if you want.
Okay, with 33 viewers, is that what we see here? 33 viewers and 41 likes. Yeah, still way short of 50. Okay, well, the next thing to do is to test this thing out. So, the way that I do that, flip it over. Now I'm going to plug it in. All right, and then here I'm going to go to Did Pete forget to hit be right back? Kinda. What's up, Michael Jones? Welcome to the show. If I haven't already, I'm going to press tester, and you guys are going to see what I got right over here. Of course, I'm going to press reset because pressing tester is what got me over there. But start with escape, and we're good there. Let's just ring across the top here. This is screwed up. I'm going to press print screen. Scroll lock, you'll see pause. Yeah, and then page up, page down, home, and insert, delete. Now we go across the board this way. And I'm just going to smash them. We got fully working. We got columns that are all working, which is great news. And then onto enter. Caps lock, yeah. Yeah, and the arrows are all working. Okay, this is where things get funky because one of these keys or multiples of these keys are not going to work, but that control is working. This spacebar should work. This alt should work, but this win will probably, yeah, kicks out there. Let's just take a look at. There's the alt working again. This one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. And this one also doesn't work. I'm just going to flip the board over and make sure that those are all correctly soldered. They are all soldered. Yeah. But it is normal for these not to function. With the Gone boards, really what you need to do is to check this with the Gone software, but I'm not going to do that right now. Okay. Michael Jones is El Ricta when he forgets to switch accounts. All right, El Ricta. No problemo. El Ricta, you've been hanging around a bunch. Are you in the Discord? And if you keep hanging around, you're going to turn into a mod pretty soon. Just want you to know that I do appreciate you and appreciate everybody who hangs around. Okay, just before we go any further, let's do the giveaway one more time. Where's the giveaway? It's here. It's got this awesome keycap puller, Hooah, from oneupkeyboards.com. There's a Cooler Master sticker, 2 stickers from Hungerworks Studios, a sticker from olkb.com, a sticker from mechanicalkeyboards.com, and 2 stickers from oneupkeyboards.com, and of course the jewel, the One Up Keyboards 60% Gone Nerd PCB limited edition gold plated. Look at this. It is beautiful. Let me get in on the action cam there. Look at this thing. It is delicious. Now, if only this would focus. There you go. You can see just how gorgeous this thing is. Quick flip over to the other side. Come on, focus. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful work. Oh, sorry. Out of focus again. Just an absolutely delicious board. Damn. All you have to do to be in to win this is go into the About section below, go find the Gleam.io link, and use your subscription to this channel as your entry. Of course, as I'd love you to do, press on subscribe to One Up Keyboard's YouTube channel as well. And lots of cool and exciting stuff coming from One Up Keyboard's channel as well in the near future. Those Hungerworks stickers are cooler than the board, in my humble opinion. That away, Brian. Love that stuff. Okay, next up is to put together the base. And this one's a little bit special because I've got a unique plate in the middle here. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so this is the bottom of the board, like that, which means that I need to do a couple things here. First off, I got to grab the sticker for the bottom of it. Now, you guys who've been around before, oh, this sticker has a little misprint on it. We'll be using that one. Oh, please let Steph know that that my son loved the keyboard bag she made. The green was an awesome color.
Amazing, thanks. I'm so glad to hear it.
And Erlicta has just made mod. Welcome to the mod. Well, you don't throw a compliment at my Steph and then not get modded, that's for sure. Okay, next up it's time to put the feet on. What I'm going to do with that is want to move that up a smidge. One more smidge. Keyboard Builder. Yo, what's up, Keyboard Builder? Thoughts on brass plates? Love a brass plate. Nice, chunky, heavy. Love a brass plate. I'm actually doing what I don't like doing. These should be screwed in. You shouldn't spin the feet. So, but I don't start by spinning the feet. Flip these over. And then just a little quick screwdriver action. like I say, this one's a little bit different because it's going to use the screw and nut. Screw and nut system rather than a screw and screw system with a standoff that we typically use. It's just because we have some glass fiber middles that come like this. If you'd rather one of these, just special request it, and yeah, we got a handful of them. All right, guys, 42 likes, just 8 shy of the target of 50. If anybody out there still has a like to give, go ahead and give that like now if you can. Now's a great time to use it. Getting pretty close to the end. 35 viewers currently on. Don't forget, we're at 238 of our target of 450 for the 360 camera. Just 2 screws left to go here. And then we'll do a quick cleanup around the desk. Don't forget to press like. Don't forget to press subscribe. Some blue feet. They look pretty dope. I should just use the screwdriver. I don't know why I'm not doing it. Well, that's an interesting idea. Some magnetic feet. Okay, just doing a quick little cleanup round over here. Stephanie.
I don't understand why I keep dropping that. It's making a mess.
Black 87. Side printed keycaps. Does that board have, it has a mini USB, like all good-hearted keyboards. You guys have probably seen me do this technique before, but when you Gert, I totally hear you. I totally hear you. I think those will be coming. Those will be coming before long. But you can get magnetic minis, can't you? Richard Smith, these actually aren't blank keycaps, even though they look like blank keycaps. These are actually side printed keycaps, which is extra cool. Yeah, USB-C is the new things. I mean, you can totally remove the mini connector from this. It is standard, and replace it with a micro or a USB-C if that's your thing. Don't let anybody stop you from doing that. No point missing out on a quality board because you want a different type of connector. I haven't tried the Novel Keys thick clicks as yet, so can't say for sure. It's always something new, though, you know? Always something new. What I would say is it's going to have to be pretty damn good to compete with a Aristotle. I have a magnetic USB-C cable, and it is it's for a phone, and it is not all that it's cracked up to be. It's directional, so you can only plug it in one way and have it work. May have reviewed it on this channel, actually. Silents are good for Benjamin. I think silents are good for a particular type of application. Like if you work in an office setting and you can't have a mechanical keyboard making all that noise, then I think it's like, like I work in an office setting and I can make noise. Like, you know, it's weird to think that you couldn't. Like most laptops make some sort of noise, but some people work in offices where you can't make that sort of noise, and so, you know, it's a good option in that case. But is it as good as a black lubed? No. No, it's not. Silents are always going to have a bit of a squishier feel. You know, if the other day I was typing really loudly and one of the guys said, like, "Are you upset at somebody?" And I was like, no, I'm cool, I'm cool. So then I pulled out my silent, and then I could continue striking the keyboard as hard as I wanted to. And like I say, in those sorts of applications, it's useful to have a keyboard with silent switches, but I would definitely go with a lubed Zelio any day of the week. Getting pretty close to the end here, boys. 43 likes. I don't know that we're going to hit 50. Anybody out there? Apparently the thicker click bar makes them even more tactile than Zelios. That'd be cool. Okay. Come on, guys. 43 likes. Somebody out there. Come on. Somebody out there has got just a couple more likes in them. Just while you guys are figuring out how to click the like button. I'm just going to run over and grab the tripod. I got a little idea. I'm cooking up here. Maybe I'll just do it differently. Maybe I'll just do it. Maybe I'll just do it with this. I think I'm just gonna do it with this puppy. Why not, right? Why not? Never even pulled this thing out of the box before. Look at this, it's still sealed up. Unboxing video. This is how you unbox a Joby. There you go. Yeah, it's unboxed now. Just wanted to do that. Yeah, just thought I'd do that real quick so that I can show you guys what it looks like from over here. Look at this. I'm just going to pick this off of here and go all the way over to the other side of the room.
Kinda.
What's that?
Kinda.
Kinda? What do you mean, kinda? That's totally what my setup looks like. Yeah, I'm going to do that at the end. I'm going to do more of this at the end. I'm just going to jump back. Sorry, I know it's making you dizzy. Just going to flip this over. Any chance you could turn down the simmering there, Steph?
No, frying the bread croutons.
Yeah, you can see all those front printed keycaps. I'm just going to go up a little bit here. That's Steph cooking. I can't really do a sound test until she's done. That's okay.
Sorry.
See, with this, the carbon fiber and the silent switches, it makes it like a real thick. "54 likes, boys. Where did that come from?" Whoops. I meant to press this one. Cool. How close are you on the bread?
A couple minutes.
2 minutes?
Yep.
So I'm gonna send this back over here. I'm gonna do it without it being all attached. And I'm just gonna do another quick little tour of the space. Again, this is probably one of the last looks. For those of you who weren't here earlier, we've bought a property here in New York, and we're going to be moving there soon. I'm out of town for the next 2 weeks. I'm headed off. What's that?
Weekend.
The next 2 weekends, I'm headed off skiing. Oh yeah, I gotta look over at this thing if I want to do this properly. What's up, everybody? So you're taking a last look at my space. Here you can see I've got my keyboard and monitor 1. This is where I track the traffic and everything that's going on. I got my tester up here. Behind me, you'll see this is the selfie camera that I normally have pointed at my face. This is monitor 2. You'll notice I got my chat on the right, and the screen up at the top is the focus, and down here on the left is the total view. This is my soldering iron with the 4K camera on top. This is the keyboard I've been building. This is that center slider. This is my the button for doing stuff like that. I can't get it back without pressing on the foot thing. But this is kind of cool. Maybe I could do this sort of thing on the in the new place. When we get it all set up, I'll get a spinny roundy view so I can take a better look at exactly what's going on with you guys. How does this look? I don't even know how it looks. Of course, it's lit to hell behind me. I'd have to widen out those lights. All those sorts of things are possible in the new space when that comes. But like I say, it's been an amazing ride here at the Ski with Pete space as it exists. And this is what it looks like. This is the insanity that has become the Ski with Pete space. As you can see, it started with this, just a 30-inch desk. The 30-inch desk, if you watch my earlier videos, you'll see that that bar there with the monitor was actually here, and I had the monitor up overhead. And then I had, what did I do? I had one camera. Oh, no, it wasn't up overhead. It was up at the back. I had one camera over, and that was how I started. And then eventually added more cameras to the setup for a total now of 5. There's the 5. As you can see, I'm gonna take this off and bring it back over to the other side here so you guys can take a look at what the action cam really is meant for. There you go. What switch does the red carbon fiber has? The red carbon fiber keyboard right here is a 65 gram Zelio. 65 gram Zelio switch, so you'll be able to hear the difference pretty clearly here. This is the 65 gram Zelio. Versus the Silence. So here's the typing test. Let me remove this just so I can do a nice clean one. That space is a little bit rattlier than I'd like. It's because I'm running out of lube here. I gotta sort that out. It's like it's not putting any lube out anymore. Much better. A little squeak on this side here. Might add even more lube to it. You know what? I've actually got this paintbrush here. I'm actually gonna paint it. It's just this one side that's squeaking. There we go. All right. Third attempt here. Let's do the typing test. I've seen people cut up Band-Aids and sit them underneath as a sort of soft landing pad for the stab. Yeah, absolutely true. And you can get the stabs with the little soft landing hooks on the bottom, but I always cut those off. I like a thocky noise when you get to the bottom. What I don't like is hearing any squeak or any rattliness when you're doing it. So that's why I lube up those sides and everything. Okay, I'm going to use this to zoom in a little bit. There we go. It just takes a second for it to calm down. My sleeve keeps getting caught on this Velcro over to the side here. Give me just 1 second. Look, this Velcro keeps sticking to my sleeve, so I'm just gonna wrap it up here so I can not have that bug me anymore. Just 1 second. The problem with the bottom keys not registering is that they're function keys for the nerdy GUI. It's totally normal on this keyboard for those keys not to register until after you have opened the programmer. Totally normal. Everything else worked. Sorry, I'm switching back over to overhead. Everything else worked. It's totally normal. I could fire up nerdy GUI actually and show you how it works. I'm not going to do that right now. Actually, I'm just going to, because dinner's ready, I got to go do that. But that would be an interesting show for next time. Maybe I'll do that just before we move on to the next place. But let me do one more typing test here. BM McWhird, you're right. It is a late dinner, but we had a late lunch too. Both Steph and I thought that the other was making lunch, and we didn't eat lunch until nearly 4 o'clock. So, Giovanni McGarley, you've shown up just in time to miss the entire stream. And just one more quick typing test here. This sounds really good. Thank you very much to everybody for tuning in today. 55 likes with 26 watching. Thank you again to everybody who tuned in. It's been a great show, a lot of fun. Thank you very much for hanging out with me as I showed you around the apartment. Thank you to everybody who hours ago saw the complete disaster as it occurred when I was unable to get some of those cameras working. But for now, we've got everything going. It's been great. And thank you again to everybody who took the time to tune in and hung out with us. I hope you guys have all been watching in 4K. Don't forget it's not this week, it's this month's giveaway features this keycap puller. Yes, this is open internationally. A keycap puller from Hoo-Ah, a subdivision of Holly Oops. A Cooler Master sticker, an OLKB sticker, a Master Key, mechanicalkeyboards.com sticker, 2 stickers from oneupkeyboards.com. These 2 Hungerworks stickers, and this, the One Up Keyboards 60% limited edition Gone Nerd gold and black PCB with the big One Up Keyboards logo on the front of it. Go check this and everything else you've seen on my desk tonight in the About section below. This is the Gleam.io link. Come join us after the stream for the chat in the Discord. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you back again soon. Hopefully, it'd be awesome if I could sneak one more stream in before we move. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I'm going to try what I can, see if I can get one more a little feature in, a little something, just to show things off before we go. But you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you back again just as soon as possible. Also, hopefully I'll catch some footage of me skiing so you can understand why Ski with Pete is Ski with Pete, and we will see you guys back again very soon indeed. Thanks again to all my mods. Thank you very much to Atari Zero for contributing to the stream via Super Chat. If you guys would like to contribute to the stream, go check out the links in the About section below, either through PayPal, Bitcoin, or you can do it through Patreon, but nobody really does Patreon anymore. Thanks again for tuning in today, guys. Have a great night. Take care.